That just reminds me of like the iCarly theme.
Yeah, no, I know. Probably the reason I do it.
I know you see. Well, hello stream. Welcome to Player Hater Gaming. My name's Saquon. People affectionately refer to me as Ford. You can refer to me as such. I'll answer to most things as long as it's not racist. I'm glad that we're all here. As you can see by our title, we're playing Curse of Strahd. So the reason for this is that I really want to be able to show newer or even younger Dungeons and Dragons players that one, modules aren't shitty. Some of them are, but like not all. Curse of Strahd is honestly one of the best modules out there. It's really interesting, it's really fun, and when taken care of and played well, and like when you really read the book, it's quite good, honestly. The characters are interesting, the character dynamic is interesting, the things that you can find in this world is interesting. And we'll be playing this essentially for the foreseeable future. I'm back DMing. I'm going to be DMing for a while, just because James has some very personal things that needed to get taken care of that will take quite a bit of time. One of our goals is, if this particular storyline, story arc, and characters can get enough following, is we will actually convert this into our podcast format where we'll just continue playing modules. So that's kind of our idea here, is that like if this can gain some traction and we can get some needed people saying like, yeah, I'll listen to this, then we'll run it as straight up modules too. So all right, let's just go ahead and jump right in. What we'll do is you guys can name your characters, and then next week we'll try and have your character names underneath your faces. So let's go ahead and just start with Tasha. Can you tell us your name?
My character is named Zephra Cerule.
Riley.
No, I made a mistake.
I saw it. Yeah.
that was beautiful. That was Jeff's kiss. Oh.
I tell Brandon.
Zephra.
Yes. It's not a PhD stream without technical difficulties. Okay?
That is true. That is.
Oh, we feel that way. We feel that. Yeah, we feel that way as well. I get you. All right, so Tasha is playing Zephra Cerule. You said. All right, David.
You actually have a young man who does not actually know his name, but has been called Haddon Goreweaver.
Haddon Goreweaver.
Haddon. Hadden.
Haddon. Okay. Haddon. Yeah. Like Madden.
Uh-huh.
Riley.
How do you spell?
Zephra.
Okay. Just so you guys know, I'm ready to go for a few hours. I got my apple cider ready.
Ooh, good choice.
Whoever else go.
My character's name is
okay.
Lee.
That's too quick. Lee. What's up, Lee?
Lee. Mm-hmm. That's it. Just Lee. No last name. Just Lee. It's like Madonna or Cher. Lee.
Madonna or Cher. Mm-hmm. Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Adele.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Who else? Sting.
So Riley's character is actually named Ormus. You're welcome, Riley. I got you.
Ormus. Oh, you're trying to get everybody's character name underneath him. I see him on stream. Yeah. All right. Well, I miss. Well, guys. Again, wow, we got a few players here. People here, players. Thanks for showing up. But yeah, we're running Curse of Strahd. If you've never listened to Curse of Strahd, I think Curse of Strahd is a really fun game to play as well as listen to. If you're one of them people who are like, I can't deal with spoilers and I've never played Curse of Strahd, is at risk of losing viewers, this isn't the one for you, because I'm going to try and take you guys through the entire adventure. So it's a lot of fun. Our characters here are starting at level 3. And if it goes well, we could go into another module that could work. So let's go ahead and we can worry about that over break, Riley, if we want.
Yes, he does.
See, the problem now is that you set him to the task, so the brain must finish task.
Yes, it does.
Who's looking for that 100% clear?
You are.
For what?
For the module.
For our party.
We'll get it.
Yeah.
We'll get it. We'll get it.
Yeah. All right. Well, before we start, just know that we have a Discord channel. This Discord channel allows for you guys to do. It's based on the last long-term campaign that I ran, Twisted Perceptions. It's called Ashirma. It's an actual play Dungeons and Dragons TTRPG server where you can go build a character, play a character, participate in games, quests, all kinds of lines, meet special characters, interact with historical things that happen in the Twisted game. So you guys are meeting up at your special meeting place. You all of you guys were friends for quite some time and decided that you wanted to become adventurers. And
we have yeah, or not. He pushed the button without meaning to push the button.
Open up my goddamn seat. How dare
you? You guys met at your special place after working with your after like going out and working on yourselves, learning some new skills and so on and so forth. And who shows up first? Who would be our first arrival?
Probably Zephyra, because she's just developed this penchant of if she's late, there's something wrong with her. She has to be either early or on time. So she would probably be there early.
That's good for me to know.
Basically.
that one they're ever not 50 happen. You need to call someone.
Yeah, who died?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So Zephyra, you're hanging out there. Anybody else?
Probably
last. So
probably Haddon would end up being the second. And as they know from their youth, he is once again covered in something red from what nobody knows, and he's just like, how does this always happen? Just like cleaning off his hands in the corner as he walks over. He's like, hi Zephyra, how are you? Don't ask. Wrong place, wrong time. It wasn't my fault, I swear.
Do I need to go put somebody into small pieces for you so that they don't bother you anymore?
Oh, no. They're already in small pieces when I got there. I just tripped on an arm without meaning to, and that's...
Right.
Or most show up. You really gotta stop lying.
I swear, I walk into the place, the arm's on the ground. I had to get something that I left in my old house. It's not like I purposely go in order to maim these people. They're already like that.
When we constantly go up around dead bodies, at some point we gotta understand that it's just you.
You know what? I'm just gonna sit here because clearly. And the one thing that would also, what season is it, by the way?
Autumn.
Okay. One thing that you guys would actually realize is the fact that he, as far as you both would actually realize, the fact that he's always had black hair, he's been lightly tanned. He is now going on the, he's still tanned, but going more towards pale, and his hair is turning a bit more reddish and orangey.
By the way,
Mm-hmm.
has taken perch there, standing there, like the angel.
Really?
More
they'd
like the
to
double
stick-
because he's on his left
how
shoulder.
big
right?
is Ormus? How big is Ormus?
Very sad.
Gotcha.
So fairy is
Tiny.
what, 3 feet? Yeah.
So Lee's gonna sneak up on everybody.
You're really gonna try to? You're
Yeah.
gonna try to?
Yeah.
May I roll to perceive?
You can, yeah. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, good.
Gotta roll for stealth then.
I am. Better be it. Oh no, it's a horrible
Ooh.
roll. It's a
Ouch.
horrible roll.
My passive beat.
Yeah.
Ouch.
No, I rolled a 2 and got a 10. So
I rolled a 22.
yeah.
So we'll just rephrase that to you tried.
Yes.
Yes.
Completely forgot to change into a
Genuinely
different
much
form.
easier. Yeah.
Just somebody
Yeah.
we know walking at us is like, oh,
Yeah. They are currently in the form that looks very, very, very much like Haddon used to look.
Mm-hmm.
Easily recognizable.
And it just goes and waves like, "Hi, big brother." Wait, no, you're not. Hi, Lee.
I
hey, sticky thing.
So what do y'all do? Y'all are all here together.
Hey, Ford. Ask a quick.
Yeah.
Did that thing get delivered to me in the middle of the woods where I probably was?
Probably, yeah. Just some random person gave it to you.
A bit odd that they found me in the middle of the woods.
They looked like they were wandering just as much as you were.
Guys, I got a letter from
yeah.
No, we
Anything
were
interesting?
kind of like Venture, but Venture found us. He will pull it out and hand it to whoever takes it. It reads.
Be Lee with an invisible mage hand. Yeah. So the paper just like floats.
He's just at the now floating paper. What do you learn something? It reads, "Hail to thee, might and valor. I, a low servant of Barovia, honored, plead for thy desperately. The love of my life, Irina Kolyana, has been afflicted by an evil so deadly that our village, Hector, she languishes from her wound. I would have her see. There is much wealth in this. I offer all that might be had to thee, fellows, felt but come quickly. Time is it. All that I have shall be. Polion Bitch Bergoman."
DM question. Is that like a normal way of talking for us, or does that come off as just really weird?
That's old timey for sure.
Like, why it was
That's
brought to me
weird.
was in the middle of the woods. The guy seemed like he was, I don't know.
Lost, but he found you and gave you an adventure.
Doesn't name me. Just says
So maybe he just gave it to you because you're the first one he saw and just said, "I'm done with this crap."
might be why.
So how do we get there? Where is Barovia? Anybody know?
No, you don't. There isn't a whole lot of information on the area of Barovia. Anything you can find about Barovia in like textbooks or libraries, or even from people who like have lots of information, you would often hear lots of like it's all kind of hearsay. People say it exists, some people say it doesn't. People who go looking for Barovia, like they either come back saying they never found it or they never come back.
So wild goose chase. Okay. So do we need goose? Do we need geese? Guys?
These are delicious. What do we have better to do with our time right now?
You know, yeah. Otherwise, we would long looking for something
All right.
given to us.
Which I think is suspicious, but again, it's something to do.
Then screw it. Do we pick a random direction and head out?
We should head somewhere to see if we can research some more, maybe? I don't know. I don't think any one of us has ever tried to find
don't
information
think-
on Barovia before.
I don't think going in random directions
Probably not.
we get lost. Go try and find some people. Might have found it.
True. We could check the taverns. We could also check the library. And I know some of us don't venture into libraries very often, but
What's the library?
What's the
exactly.
I'll go to the tavern.
Right.
As you guys get up or like start kind of motioning towards somewhere else to go, a man in a cart drawn by a horse comes up, and Riley, your character recognizes him as the man who handed you the note.
Back
He's
in the-
processing information.
Hey, you gave me the note, right? It's
Are
just
you
it's
going
this
to answer the
berry
call?
on the shoulder?
Mm-hmm. Are you going to answer the call?
Got nothing better to do.
He
Trying to save
grabs the
somebody
note
sounds
from
pretty
whoever
worthy.
has it. He says, "You can get into the back of the cart, and I will take you there immediately."
Do we even have everything on us that we need? Everybody good? Do we need anything?
Plan together to go out and
Yes, we probably have all our gear.
Yeah. Okay, maybe. Right.
Haddon just starts automatically walking over to the actual cart, opens the door.
Lee is inciting this guy to see if he's got any kind of untoward machinations planned.
Hey, Eden, wait a sec.
Sure, go ahead, roll insight.
Perfect. 15.
How much?
15.
15. You look at him, and he doesn't really mean you any harm. He's definitely meaning to take you somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
and that's really it.
He'll change to Abyssal and say in Abyssal, I'm not getting any sketchy vibes from him. Seems to be honest.
One foot on the cart. Ready to go in.
Lee rolls his eyes, walks up, and just smacks Haddon on the back of the head and gets in the car. You trust too easily.
Adventure? Adventure. Adventure.
Well, as the
Possibly
rest
death.
of you load up onto the possibly death, as you guys load up onto the cart,
Ormus is gonna like
um,
sit up there with the guy. Just something's doesn't trust it. He's from the Feywild. Understands that deals random fucking shit is not good.
sure, that's fine. He scoots over and lets you sit with him.
Didn't have to scoot over anywhere. Fucking
That's
ferry.
true. You guys are pulled along in the cart, and you're traveling for some time before you hit an unfamiliar road. And the guy begins to talk to you. He's like, it feels like home now. This is the Svalik Road. This road is lined with black pools like dark mirrors and a round muddy roadway. Giant trees loom over both sides of the road, the branches clawing at what seems to be coming mist. As the mist grows a little more dense, you see a large stone wall with metal gates in the center. On either side are two headless warriors, giant statues holding swords. As you approach the place closer and closer, the gates swing open, and on the other side of the gates is a dense fog, and the only thing you can see is the road in front of you. And he, without fear, proceeds in. Anything you guys say or do before he continues?
Gonna be looking around, trying to see if there's anything moving in the mist or any kind of anything at all. Hearing anything.
Sure. You look around and you see bats flying above you, and then they kind of like fly off into the mist very quickly after. If you want to roll insight, you can. If not, that's perfectly fine.
Yep. 13.
How much?
13.
13. With a 13, there's really no correlation between you like looking at them and the bats running away. It was just kind of like they're bats. It's kind of daylight. You can see that the daylight is becoming hazier and hazier as you guys get deeper into the mist, which is normal for mist and daylight. Yes, we know. And then after a few minutes, maybe 30 or so minutes, you guys are through the mists. But what's interesting enough is as you look behind yourselves at that giant wall of mist you just went through, it doesn't look like it's moving or dissipating. It looks like it's become just that, a wall of mist, as you guys get further and further away from it. You come out to a little alcove that's a little cliff that sits above a lake somewhere. And you see like a little camp. This looks like an encampment where a lot of dark-skinned people wearing colorful clothing are resting. And he stops his cart there. And he says, "Welcome to the camp of my people, the Vistani. I very much hope that you are excited to help out the burgomaster. But this is as far as I will take you. The village of Barovia is not far up this road."
Well,
the mist is it's something that keeps Barovia safe. Keeps others out, but it does act as a barrier in both directions. So until your mission is complete, you can't necessarily leave.
Lovely. We're stuck here. Great. This looks like a terrible vacation spot.
yeah, a little dreary for that.
I don't think the word imprisonment is correct here. More like redirect, if I should say.
Sounds pretty much like imprisonment to me. We can't go back. We can't leave. Stuck here. Either way.
Well, the Vistani are able to leave.
But the people you bring are not.
Well, you aren't a Vistani, so no.
Thing to know ahead of time.
Well, the burgomaster was only concerned with the safety of his loved one, as you might know.
Right. Kind of hard to trick people into coming if they know they're not going to be able to leave. Alright, well, I guess we should just head out then. Get this done.
Or
Mm-hmm.
Lee will jump off the cart, off the side.
Sounds good. You guys get up off the cart and you can see other Vistani and other, again, dark skinned people wearing colorful clothing kind of running around the camp. There's a couple of different places. There's a place where you can see people drinking. There's another place that the Vistani are kind of staying away from, kind of. There's like one or two people going at a time and then they leave. And then so on and so forth. And then there's just like the rest of them seem like to be like home tents where people sleep. What are you guys doing?
He's Haddon is going to kind of casually walk in, wave, say hi to people.
Walk in where?
Walking mainly towards they have a campfire going, right?
Yeah, they do have a campfire going.
And there's a couple of people over there.
Yep.
Yeah, he's gonna walk towards them, and on the way, being cordial, saying hello to everybody that he passes. When he gets over there, he's gonna find probably somebody who's not looking like they're too busy, but amicable to talk, and kindly gesture to a free spot nearby. Do you mind if I share the fire with you?
He, without looking at you, kind of looks down at the seat next to him and motions to it.
He's gonna sit down. He goes, thank you. I appreciate that. What? We just arrived. Can you tell me more of this place? From where we're from, it kind of sounds like fantasy. Like it doesn't really exist.
This place does exist. That's truth. What do you want to know?
Look, I understand being here it does, but there's nothing to tell us about this place. Like what the type of people that you are, things that may have occurred here. We know nothing. We are technically blind.
Well, we are the Vistani people. We are the servants of the Great One. He comes from a royal bloodline. We do all of his bidding for him, and we are here to help him do what it is he needs, whatever that may be.
Okay, I could understand that. Is there anything about the Great One that you could tell us so that we can better understand our place in this and not overstep, if possible?
The Great One has lived for centuries. Are you not familiar with him?
No. Like I said, we know nothing about this place. It comes off as fantasy, as a place that exists but doesn't exist. Those who go searching for it either never find it, or if they do, they never come back to telling you.
Well, our Great One, his name is Lord Strahd von Zarovich. He conquered this land centuries ago, naming it after his father, the great King Barov, hence the name Barovia. We are here to meet his every piece of need. We have helped find him consorts or wives, as well as we just do whatever we can to make it so that he is able to live and be happy for his eternal life.
That's good to know. So, if I may, what's this about his newest wife, I guess? Because that was in the letter that was sent over to us.
There was nothing about the Great Lord in your letter, I'm sure.
Sorry, the burgomaster mentioned a woman, so just didn't realize.
Yes,
Sorry, don't know much about hierarchy.
Of the burgomaster of the town of Barovia, correct?
Yes.
It's just up the road. If you go there, you can stay on the road and just stay on the road. Um, don't veer too far off. There are many dangerous creatures and animals in the woods.
What kind of creatures and animals?
Wolves, bats, hunters, whatever you might find, I would stay away from it.
It's okay.
Wrong. Something.
Yeah, Lee's just kind of fading into the background, trying to blend in with people.
One of the Vistani comes up to your character, David Haddon, and says, "What? You should go. As the letter says, there's lots for you to do."
Okay. All right. Thank you. I think. And he kind of like gets up and looks over at the other three, like, what the hell?
Lee's already starting to head down the road, keeping an eye out for anything that might come onto the road.
Walk ahead, so
What are you gonna do?
I'm not gonna do.
Alright. True enough. Can dodge out of the way, it'll be fine.
As you guys head on the road, there's an old Vistani woman who walks past you and then looks at Lee, pulls a card out of her sleeve, and hands it to you face down.
Kind of warily.
Roll a d6 for me.
I can-
Would you roll? You are not coming through. I didn't hear you at all.
Nope, your audio died.
Oh,
There you go.
okay. Six?
6, you said?
6.
All right, let me see 1 second. Oh, okay. Where are you at? Where's it at? Hello? That's wrong.
You gotta love it when you end up on the DM end up realizing that his notes are wrong.
My notes are wrong.
I heard that. Wait, this is wrong. This isn't. Nope, this is wrong.
It did something wrong here.
Oh, spaghetti.
My note looked wrong here. You pull out a card and it says Berserker. Or the 6 of Swords is on it too. And then as the woman passed you, and she just says, "Find the mad dog's crypt. The treasure lies within beneath the blackened bones."
Rip. Any idea where that is? Any general direction?
She just continues walking, says nothing to you.
In Abyssal, he's gonna go, these people are weird. Something about a bad dog's crypt, look beneath blackened bones, and there's some treasure or something. And I got a card. I have no idea what it means. You know,
It's not like we have a choice, unfortunately. Seems we're stuck here.
not at the moment anyway.
Like
You
random
know,
letter from some
who
from
knows?
the Feywild.
right, for someone who comes from the Feywild, that was a particularly ill-fated decision.
At the time, I was working on.
Mm. Right, well, anyway, exactly. We're here, let's figure out how to get out.
You said a crypt of a mad dog?
Uh-huh, something about under blackened bones. There will
I
be
guess-
treasure. I mean, treasure sounds great. Should always use more of that, but crypt and blackened bones. And someone named Mad Dog?
Yeah, I guess we'll find out who they are later.
Hopefully at some point I'd like that treasure.
Keep your eyes open as we walk. We may pass it on the way.
Well, we wouldn't know because of all the fog.
Well, worst case scenario is we have to go into a cemetery.
I've been in some. Not that.
No, they're really not. Anyway, continuing to walk.
Right. And Lee is still looking and making sure that nothing is about to come out and yeet them off the road or...
Yeah, Haddon's also keeping an eye out on the side of the road too.
All right, sounds good. You guys continue to walk through, and you walk up to a city or town even, and you find that you get into a place and you see like a sign that says the village of Barovia. And you're here now. You're at the village of Barovia. The walk there was uneventful, to say the least. What do you guys do?
What time of day is it?
Dusk.
We should probably find somewhere to sleep, yeah?
We can. We should.
Down inside. Lights or
Tall shapes loom out of the dense fog surrounding everything. The muddy ground under your foot gives away slick, wet cobblestones, and these shapes become recognizable. You look up into the villages in the dwellings. You can see that there are like candle lights in lots of the windows, so you can see that there are lots of people there. Would you like to try and knock on a door or something like that?
There's nobody out on the road, right?
No, not currently.
signage.
Or like
no.
the shop sign here, tavern sign here.
Okay, that's what you're looking for. As you walk deeper into the tavern, not tavern, the city, town, village, even.
The place where people live. The place where people live.
A single shaft of light thrusts illumination through the main square is bright and it's looking like a solid pillar of heavy fog above the gaping doorway. A sign hangs precariously askew, proclaiming the Blood and the Vine Tavern.
Maybe the best place to find information.
Audio
What do you
cut out.
guys think?
Definitely.
Me? Nix.
What was that?
Audio cut.
Ugh. Okay. The Blood in the Vine sounds kind of ominous, but perhaps we just need information here. Right. What do you think, Zephyra?
Just be careful where you step and keep an eye on what's around us.
Always.
I've been good, right? You don't have to come at me like that. And he's gonna open the doors and take a step in.
Okay.
Well,
you take
try
a step
to.
in, and you see your first. You get your first idea of what Barovians look like. You look around and you see some Vistani. These people are very easy to make out. But then you see some Barovians. You see a few people who, excuse me, as you look in their faces, you can see that they're what's the word? They seem to have the light of life in them. But as you look at other people, you can see that their faces are kind of it's kind of like the uncanny valley feeling. You look at them and you're like, oh my God, who are you alive? Like that's like what you're looking at right there. But this person is clearly looking at their person that they're talking to and drinking with them. And then you see someone who actually looks a little different altogether. Just a man sitting at a bar, a human man, shoulder length golden locks, chiseled jaw, a real himbo, you know? What do you do?
Describe the person.
Except for Lee.
He's pretty sexy.
Not for that reason,
Immediately.
just because that's
Immediately.
the one character out of place.
I mean, yeah.
Haddon just like goes, probably because, or if it's like still on the shoulder, smacks him off in that direction. He's just like, you go ahead, you do all the talking. I did it last.
And if you do that again, I won't let other people.
Well,
I will hit you.
you know he will do that again. You realize this, right? Your words.
Yeah, I know.
aren't
Randomly
meaning-
kills people.
Right.
Don't.
Well,
He's just like, you know what? I'm gonna go. Is there an empty table for him to sit down at?
There's no table. He's sitting at the bar, so there's only like 2 other seats next to him.
I will fly over. Kind of like
Okay.
that foot.
meanwhile,
Um,
Lee is like fading into the background in a corner.
Who are you?
Name you want to?
What's your name?
Call me or
Or. Okay. You've invaded my personal space. You must have a reason.
personal space. I'm standing on this side of the table.
Mm,
Fan on the floor.
What do you want?
I got a question. Like the outside of the mist?
No, I'm born and raised here.
Parents from outside of the mist.
No, my father's the burgomaster of this area. We've been here for quite some time.
We're actually here to help. Got a name. But the wife of the
The wife of the burgomaster. Since... Huh. I don't think that doesn't line up. Are you with?
Me
are you
hadn't
with
go-
Strahd?
Me have
He grabs a little dagger and points it at you. He says, "Are you with Strahd?" You can see the Barovians kind of look over your direction.
better.
You do. Probably Lee has it and is hiding. So Haddon's gonna go over to Lee, probably go like hand out, like just go.
He puts his dagger back.
Takes
Maybe
a lot-
the letter over.
Got a note. I don't remember what. Those
Vistani, here. Here's the letter.
That one.
It goes over to the other side of him, and kind of just like pushes the letter over a little bit, so he could read it.
Okay.
All the information.
He like reads it out loud. I, a lowly servant of Barovia, sent honor to thee, we plead for thy desperately needed assistance. Man, this is old stuff. The love of my life, Irina Kolyana. And the Barovians kind of look up and like shoot looks at him. And then he like quiets down and he says, Kolyana and Dirovich, Burgermaster. Well, that is my father, Kolyana and Dirovich. Around on me. Around on me. And I'll then take you to where you might get more answers. How does that sound?
I like that. He takes the letter, puts it away, but he also looks at Or and just be like, "It's your call."
Don't make it up.
I'm not expecting you to do anything. I'm just saying I'll buy you a drink and then I'll take you to where you might want to go.
Take the drink.
What's a Feywild?
Lee comes walking
Alright.
up. Let's just take
You
the
ever been
drink.
on an acid trip? Get that.
That
It's really nice over
sounds-
there.
Acid's pretty
Let's just put it this way. Let's put it this way. You end up in a place where everything that the colors that you're normally used to are 30 times brighter. And also everything kind of feels
as you
like
say this, Haddon, you look around and every color you look at is very muted. It
yeah,
looks
he's just like
yeah, it's extra
times
muted.
better.
Like it,
yeah, he's like it's like 6,000 times better than here.
Colors, not the actual place. Kind of sucks. Want to make people watch your step because a lot of beasts trying to kill you.
Yeah, pretty much.
The world that looks nice, but actually,
gotcha. Well, you want that drink?
I would very much like it.
He looks to the bartender again. One of those people who's, we'll start calling them hollow faces. This person looks like he has a hollow face, pretty much without a soul almost. And he just orders a round of drinks for you guys. And that is where we'll take our break. So while they have their round of drinks, we'll take our quick break. Stick around, guys. We won't be gone long. Probably about 10 minutes, and then we'll get a little deeper into the world. Some more exposition.
Ooh, exposition time. Yeah.
See you guys in a couple minutes.
Hola.
Hello. You guys play Dungeons and Dragons or like Dungeons and Dragons? Because I play Dungeons and Dragons and I like Dungeons and Dragons. Tasha, you ever play Dungeons and Dragons and your friends fucking bail on you? They're like, "Oh, I can't make it tonight," and then there's just 4 of you, or 3 of you, or 2 of you just hanging out, nothing to do. Well, I've got something for you, Tasha. I've got something that PhD has been working on for a period of time. It's called Pocket Shots. Okay. Pocket Shots is a book of about 20 to 21, 25 one shots that we're actually working on and almost finished with, surprisingly. And this book of one shots is a book where you can read in about, I want to say 10 or 20 minutes. You can read this one shot and it'll take you a solid 2 hours to play. Be on the lookout for pre-orders. We'll be pre-ordering digital copies. If we get to a certain amount of digital pre-orders, then we will transfer to hard copies, and people can then go ahead and get a hard copy if they like. Tasha, sorry I had to use you as an example.
I have to
But
apologize because I'm exhausted and my brain went to be on the lookout for typos. Please don't be on the lookout for typos. Please don't. We like our content.
Listen,
we
hold
will
on.
be
Hold on.
fact checking
Hold
because
on.
this will be an officially published book. So we're trying to fact check and
Look,
do some typo.
there will be
checks and all that
Easter
stuff.
eggs of typos just because, like our streams, there must be errors somewhere.
Technical
I'll put
difficulties.
in a purposeful error, and if you find it, I'll give you $1.
It'd be 2
Let's
thugs.
just say that. It's gonna be
Maybe.
2 thugs.
It's one of those situations where you read it like normal and you forget that there's a second thug.
Uh-huh.
Or
So you look back and you're like, wait a fuck.
Or it'll just be the wrong type of there.
Yeah.
See what
Oh
happens.
no.
Or here, or heel.
Or the wrong
you.
your.
Or your.
Gosh, all of that annoys me.
I can already.
Welcome
I
to
already
America.
hear all of the pitchforks being grabbed, the torches being lit up. It's okay. It's
welcome
okay.
to America, where, and where are spelled differently and mean different things. WEAR, WH, WEAR, WERE, and there's a third one, right?
WHERE.
WAER.
RE.
Where?
Yeah.
Yeah.
RE.
EAR? ARE? Yeah.
It's
Yeah. There it is.
WEAR,
I before you accept after
WHERE.
C. That's not actually real, but we like to say it. Well, welcome back to Strahd. You guys, who did you guys just meet? You guys just met
Burgermaster's
their brother.
Son of the
Yeah.
person with
Ismark.
the help, but
Yeah,
buying his drink.
Ismark. You guys just met Ismark Kolyanovich. He silently lets you guys drink your drinks. Do you say anything to him? Do you ask him any more questions, or you just kind of down your drinks and get moving?
Nah, Haddon's just gonna down his drink.
Hermes is surprising me. And he's like,
What's he saying?
so trying to be quiet about it.
Don't ask too many questions. Just
How do I
don't
know
ask
when
too many
too
questions.
many?
That's for you to decide, but I won't answer that one. Maybe someone else will, not me. The Vistani.
No, Stani.
Donnie, thanks. Our part.
The Vistani are traitors to that bitch Strahd. Are you done with your drinks?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Lee
can
is
imagine
nursing.
Orm is struggling. Give him the side.
Yeah, I just gave you a little droplet.
Like a
Little
thimble.
It's a cap. It's a cap. It's the bottle cap. They just handed it to him.
Okay, cool.
You keep mentioning this
You-
Strahd person. Who are they?
Strahd is a, how do I say? And then you hear a voice interrupt you guys from behind, and he said, and all you hear is a dashing young man who does nothing more than help the people around him. And you look behind you, and you see a 6'3", pale-skinned, donned in red and black man standing over you. And he sticks his hand out to Lee, and he says, "Nice to meet you. I'm Strahd von Zarovich." And he reaches his hand out to shake your hand.
Lee. And he will reach over and shake hands.
As you shake Strahd's hand, his hand is cold to the touch, like there's no blood going through it. And he says, "I had to make myself known to people who enter into my domain. Welcome to Barovia, the kingdom I named after my own father. May I ask why you are here?"
Is he speaking specifically
as he-
directly to Lee?
At this point, yeah, since you just shook hands. But at this point,
May I sleight of hand the letter away to be hidden?
yeah, roll me a sleight of hand check.
That's a 13.
Let me roll Strahd. Let me roll Strahd, see what he has. He rolled a natural 20.
Oh,
Of course he did. Of course he would.
Oh shit.
He
oh wait,
Um,
wait. Oh no, I can't.
Haddon, you can see him eye the letter, but you can also see that he let it pass. He didn't even think to like go for it or like even bring it up.
Okay.
As he begins to ask you, Lee, what's going on, Ismark reaches out his hand and he puts it back and he's like, "I'm surprised someone let you in here, Strahd." And Strahd looks over to Ismark and he says, "You wouldn't let me into your home, and this is the only place that I could come and find you." And Ismark replies, "I want nothing to do with you unless you are an arm's reach away from me with a dagger into your heart." And Strahd says, "That's so cold. Lee,
Hmm.
I like you. And it's great to meet you. I'm sure we will be meeting again." And he walks off.
Abyssal, he's gonna say. That guy for sure was dead. No blood flowing. His touch was cold. Interesting.
Strahd will reply in Abyssal and say,
Oh god!
"Undead." Thank
Undead. You're welcome.
And he walks out.
And he speaks Abyssal. Cool. Lovely. Right?
I'm going to go with the tried and true method of Ford has decided to fuck us over.
Mm-hmm.
No secrets from him.
I mean, there's a reason we went with player hater gaming, right?
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
What do y'all do? Yep. Ismark? Well, it seems Strahd has found his new fixation for the time being. Which is good for my sister.
I'm sorry, what?
Let's go when we can talk.
Right.
He gets up and starts walking, whether or not you guys follow.
Oh, Lee's following.
Adam stands like just behind Lee, just like,
Fixation.
let me fuck with somebody now. Okay, now there may be a dead body somewhere.
Hmm.
As
You
we
won't
leave,
worry.
as we leave, do we have any attention from either the Barovians or the Vistari?
Vistani and both.
Mm.
Yes, they both.
Yeah,
The
Vistani side.
Barovians are looking terrified, and the Vistani are awestruck.
Apparently, he leaves an impression wherever he goes. All right.
That he does. And
So
he
you were-
begins to walk outside. As you guys walk out, you hear a moaning sob float through the still gray streets, coloring your thoughts with sadness. The sound flows from a dark 2-story townhouse about 100 feet away. Just a woman wailing and wailing and wailing. Do you ignore and follow Ismark? Do you call for Ismark's help? What do you do?
Ismark, what's that? Actually, how is he responding to the sound?
He stops for a second and looks over. But give me an insight check if you want to know anything more.
Got it. Okay. 15.
15. You can tell he's kind of struggling
Yeah.
with like staying on mission or going to do this thing.
So what's that? What's that noise?
That sounds like Mary.
Should we go help her?
Let's go find out what's wrong.
All right. Lead the way.
He leads the way in, and as you go, you get to this 2-story townhouse, and the wails get louder and louder. Ismark opens the front door, and he motions you guys to go in first. His look seems sincere, like he's not trying to hurt you.
Lee will go in first, but we'll be observing and trying to look at everything to make sure there's not anything inside. Even though he seems to think it's safe, he might not know.
Sure, give me an investigation check.
Perfect. Okay. 15.
You don't see anything crazy.
Okay. Looks like we're clear in here.
Zephyr will start trying to track where the sound is in the house and head in that direction.
Sure. You notice the sounds coming from the upstairs center room, so you follow up the first, go up to the second story of the house, and you see a woman covered in what looks like to be sackcloth or potato sacks, and her hair is relatively short, and she's got gaunt eyes and a protruding nose, and she's like weeping in the center of her room. She looks up to you and she says, "Have you seen her?" Ismark, as he walks up with you, looks confused. What do you guys do?
Seen
There's
her?
a
Seen
sign.
who?
She's holding like a small toy, and she's my daughter, Gertruda. She's been gone for about a week. And I fear that she's dead.
Are there any other doors in this room?
No.
Okay.
Gertruda has been gone for some time, but I thought we all came to the conclusion that she is dead. We haven't been able to find her.
So a week or longer. Right.
She was playing in the forest just outside the town of Valaki.
How old is she?
13.
How far is that from here?
Ismark thinks and he says, Valaki could be on the way. Not to my father's mansion, but to where you may want to go next.
All
I
right.
would say
So
we
Worth a
go
side
to
trip,
my
though?
home first.
mhm.
And we can keep track of what's going on here.
I say when we get over there, we try to find her. You think? And he's
Mary
looking at the other
looks at you.
three, like before he even says anything to her, really. But it's in a vessel anyway, so it's like to the three of them. Like, do we help her? Do we not?
Yeah. I mean, any mother would be discontent with any ruling like that, but she seemed as though she was willing to accept it.
And now she's not.
Maybe there's something new that came about that we don't know, but as you can see, she's hysterical.
So she's on the floor, right?
She's just on the floor crying, holding a little doll.
And what is the girl's name again?
Gertruda.
Gertruda.
Yep.
Better than the name I was gonna give her because I didn't hear that.
So if it's not out of the way, we'll find her. Yes.
If
But
it's
let's
safe.
try.
Ismark says, is anything ever safe? You just came face to face with Strahd. He could have eaten you alive.
But we didn't. He didn't lead us alive. We're still here.
In fact, he said he liked you, Lee.
That's worrisome. The last person he said he liked, what happened to them?
Didn't I
Never
stumble
heard
upon
him
his
say he
body?
liked anyone.
I'm sorry, what?
I've never heard him say he liked anyone.
Great. Well,
That's a lie.
that's
The last
easily
person I've
remedied.
ever heard him say he liked was my sister. She's alive.
She's alive. Well, that's good.
Actually, you'll meet her soon. You'll meet her soon.
All right.
Mary, we will keep an eye out for your young one. And he just walks out.
Lee follows immediately behind.
All right, cool. As you walk down, and as you kind of precipice over a hill, a wary-looking mansion squats behind a rusting iron fence. The iron gates are twisted and torn. The right gate lies cast aside while the left swings lazily on the wind. Stuttering, squeal, and clang in the gates repeats in the mindless precision. You can tell, even though that there's wind blowing, that the sound is the silence is still deafening to an extent. The weeds choke the grounds and press with menace upon the house itself. Yet the walls' growth have been tamped down with the path by the domain. Can someone please roll me a wisdom perception check specifically?
I'll do it. I got it.
Just one.
That's a 14.
With a 14, you notice that there are like black marks on the ground and paw prints all over the place, along with human footprints.
In Abyssal, he
But
mentions
these
that
human
to the party.
footprints look emaciated, look small. They look long enough to be an adult, but too skinny to be like a fully formed adult.
So teenagers, got it.
Sure.
He
DM
definitely
no.
he definitely tells the party in Abyssal. There's a bunch of wolves that's gone through here, it looks like, and either teenagers or really, really skinny adults. I think.
Lee will look at the ground to see if he can see any of them.
Give me an investigation check, Lee.
$22.
With a 22, you look at those footprints, you say, okay, yeah, those are wolves, but those emaciated, long footprints of humans, those aren't teenagers. That's what you get when flesh is rotting off of the bones of something that takes a step.
In Abyssal, not teenagers. Rotting corpses that are walking. Apparently, there were a lot of things that are dead but not dead around here.
Okay, when we were younger, who had the adventure into the cemetery of the living dead country on their card?
No, not on my bingo card.
Wasn't on that.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, just keep an eye out, I guess.
Ismark leads you into the mansion. And the interior of the mansion is very well furnished, actually. Yet the fixture shows sign of great wear and tear. Noticeable oddities are boarded up windows, and the presence of holy symbols in every room. The burgomaster is in the side drawing room on the floor, just sitting there.
How does he look sitting on the floor?
As you guys go sit on the go in, you notice he's actually kind of sitting in a wooden box, and a woman with auburn hair wearing plate armor is laying him down into this box. And the burgomaster is clearly dead.
Immediately, he
She
just looks to the rest of them, just like, "What's not me? What's not me?"
She looks up, and Ismark speaks up and he says, "That's my adoptive sister, Irina Kolyana."
Ah.
I almost said, and that's the end of today's session. That would have been good.
That would have been wrong. That would have been
That's the
wrong.
version of-
Can Lee notice anything unusual or strange about her? Like any kind of
Give
like
me a
a
perception check.
May I kind of take a look at the body without getting too close in order to see how he may have died?
He was struck through the chest.
that is a
Lovely.
12.
With a 12, I mean, you can just tell that she looks kind of tough for being like a human, like a young human. She's got a sword on her hip. She's wearing armor, long auburn hair. Yeah. She looks at all of you. Who are you?
I'm Haddon. Hi. And he kind of like waves a little bit.
Here,
Him, just look.
Ismark kind of chuckles. Ismark kind of chuckles and looks over to Haddon and says, "Haddon, show her the letter. Read it to her if you don't mind."
And he'll actually read it out to her. And then
All right.
turn it around so that way she can read it too, if anything. If she doesn't believe him.
That's not my stepfather's handwriting.
Oh, lovely.
Uh, that I don't know.
Best guess. I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. There's been a lot going on recently. Wolves and other terrible creatures have attacked our house at night over the past few weeks, and the burgomaster's heart couldn't stand it. Literally. Someone drove their hand through his heart before we could get to him. But since then, there's been no more attacks on our home. But I need to keep moving, as I think Strahd is after me. And then Ismark speaks up and is like, "Well, actually, I think he's taking a liking to that one," and points to Lee.
Which I get, honestly, but it's inconvenient. Alright, I need to know more about this. What kind of liking? What are we talking about?
His fixation on you is different than his fixation on mine. She pulls back her hair and shows 2 sets of bite marks on her neck. Strahd has bitten me twice, and somehow I've been strong enough to resist his vampirism.
I'm sorry, Wait. That. Well, that explains their mortality a bit. Okay. This is definitely weird. Okay.
Knew he was some type of undead, but didn't know specifically which one till now.
Well,
I wasn't exactly staring at his chest.
Something about felt off and
I already told you his skin was cold as ice.
cold.
No, this was not a living cold. I don't know. But getting back to this, what different type of obsession? Because I am concerned.
that I don't know.
Right.
But Strahd is a man of his word. He once said that he would never stop seeking me. And to this day, I still run. But I can't be afraid of that. Especially while I have my sometime. Strahd says it's been thousands of years. I have not been alive that long. I can tell you that much. Reincarnation of the soul, yes. But reincarnation is different here. Souls don't leave Barovia. People are born, and sometimes there's just not enough souls to go around. So they walk around hollow until a soul becomes available.
That's not freaky. Not freaky at all.
Right. So
Got this.
I don't think so. I don't even remember how I got to Barovia. I don't remember my encounters with Strahd except for the hunger in his eyes. But that right now I can't worry about. Ismark speaks up. He's like, you need to make it to the town of Valaki. And I think these adventurers here can help you make it to the town of Valaki.
What's for us in Valaki?
I don't know.
Well, quick question: does normally like a random woman walk around and give people cards too? Just wanting to
that
know
was weird.
if that's normal
The
here.
Vistani are superstitious.
Hmm.
Did you run into their fortune teller by any chance?
I'm pretty sure that's who it was. Said something about Mad Dog's crypt and burned bones or something. I don't know.
Oh, Mad Dog's crypt, you say?
You seem like you know it.
Mad Dog was a general of sorts, and there does have a burial place, and the Vistani haven't been wrong yet. So if you ever come across Mad Dog's crypt, I might suggest becoming a grave robber that night.
Fair. How will I know it when I
I've
see
done
it?
that before.
I think you will, and that's really all I have for you on that.
Mm.
Irina looks up and is like, I am not going to Valaki until we take our father to the church so he can have a proper burial. So either you adventurers can come with me, or I will go alone. None of the Barovians are brave enough to go with me, so I'll go by myself if need be. You guys get the sense that Irina is a brave young woman.
We're going to
There
need
isn't
to
much
at
to
least
buy
support
in
ourselves.
Barovia, but Ismark pulls out like a box, and it's got like 30 Barovian gold coins in it. Says, take all of it. Make sure you can eat, make sure you can sleep. You'll need all your strength.
Fair.
I need to. Irina speaks up. I need to deliver my father's body to Donovich.
I'll go with you. The others, you can do what you like, but I'm going.
Yeah, like we're actually gonna leave the two of you alone, considering that technically she's the mission if we listen to the letter, and you're now wanted. So yeah, I think I speak for the other two. We ain't gonna leave you alone. At least alone. Come on, this is my territory. Stupid decisions is my forte.
In any case, I assume we're all going.
The best option.
All right.
I will stay here. Ismark speaks up.
Zeph, you
And
can
that
stay here or come with us if you
Will
want.
be the end of today's session. The decision to help Irina Kolyana find Donovich and bury her father properly.
Nice.
What do you guys think so far? Team,
good.
squad?
Yes.
I like.
So Lee's less shy than I thought he was going to be. I honestly thought he was going to be pretty shy, and
Maybe
he's not.
in masculine.
Yeah,
Mhm.
possibly. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was the first part. It's always good to kind of get some exposition, some role play, and there was all you guys almost had an encounter, but you didn't have it. So, hey, um,
Yeah, we're not following those tracks. We don't want to know where they go.
Can we keep going until we get the encounter? Come on. Let's, right.
that'll probably take
Extend
that'll
our
probably
time
take
by
another 2 hours.
Yeah.
No, but thanks guys for being here. We'll be back here same time next week to run another game. Again, we have a book of one shots coming out called Pocket Shots. I'll be posting more about that later whenever I can on probably like our TikTok. But be on the lookout for that pre-order link where we'll be pre-ordering digital copies. And again, once we hit a certain amount, we will then start to consider releasing our physical copies. But thanks for being here, and I hope we guys see you for episode 2 of Curse of Strahd. Deuces.
Later, everybody.